am at the booth of AgiBot, and I have the pleasure to talk with Dr. Yang. So first question, let's start with AgiBot. Can you just briefly introduce the company and your most recently launched product or platform?
Okay. Yeah. So AgiBot is a startup company that's only 2.5 years old. We are a Shanghai company. Our company focuses on humanoid general purpose robots. And we develop both the hardwares of robots as well as all the intelligence capabilities, include embodied intelligence, the interactive service, and as well as like a locomotion intelligence. We hope with our hardwares and all these algorithms and softwares, we can provide users with ultimate productivity.
Right. And about I think it recently mentioned VLA breakthrough, right? I think AGI has been working very hard on this direction. Can you just share with us what about the future tech development and the future breakthrough in this direction?
Early this year, in March, we released a new manipulation model that's called a Genie Operator 1, which is a data-driven end-to-end vision language action model. We also introduced some innovation in the model architectures, such as latent expert, as well as MOE, mixture of expert architectures. So right now, we are using the Go1 model to fine-tuning and to try to deploy that in some real industrial use cases. And this model is trained with our open source dataset, which is called AgiBot World. We opened it to the whole community globally early this year. And it has been downloaded for tens of thousands times. And a lot of global teams such as NVIDIA, Google DeepMind, as well as physical intelligence are heavily using our open source data to train their foundation models. So I think this is a very hot topic these days about robotics and embodied AI foundation model. And with the foundation models, you can give the robot very strong fundamental capabilities. And on top of it, we can use very few post-training data to get some specialized skills and capabilities.
Right. And you mentioned that this is an open source model, right? So that can actually ease a lot of problem of untrust, right? So, and that can lay the foundation for the trust, especially when you go global. So right now, are you going global?
Yes. So overseas market is a very important focus of our company this year. So we see a lot of opportunities from developed countries such as North America, Europe, Japan, Korea. So they have a lot of needs in their manufacturing scenarios because the local labor cost is relatively high. And also they are looking for a revolution of their existing infrastructures to let it be more automated and more intelligent.
Right. And you mentioned developed markets and such as US. What kind of application scenarios usually do your clients actually require? Is it in the automotive industry? Is it in the other industry, construction, for example?
So far, we see a lot of needs from the automotive makers. In their factories, there's tons of parts transferring, sequencing, sorting kind of things, which require a certain level of flexibility and generalization capabilities. These are not the advantages of traditional industrial automation solutions. These needs more generalizable solutions such as embodied intelligence.
So you offer not only just a robot itself, but the whole solution.
Yes.
And what's the biggest competitive advantage compared to the other global players, for example? Because your company is very young, I have to say.
Yeah. So.
And what is your secret to be young and be trustworthy?
Yesterday we organized a forum to talk about embodied intelligence, and there I gave a keynote speech to talk about our hardware, data, algorithm, and application flywheel. As a successful solution providers in general purpose humanoids robots, I think you need a very full stack development in every part of it. Be very careful about each part of it, and also, most importantly, integrate each part with each other. In the process, you need to dynamically updating your hardware, your data collection method, your algorithm, your application understandings. I think that's your biggest advantages against other players.
Right. Yeah. Last question. Can you give us some keyword for the future trend? Do you think until when this industry can be mature enough to have, each household or each factory or each office can have one embodied AI robotic?
I think it will be a very gradual process. We will start to see some applications in manufacturing starting second half of this year and next year. And next year, we will probably see some servicing scenarios such as groceries, restaurants and hotels, right? And eventually, in next 5 to 10 years, we will start to see some domestic home use case. As we can see here, this is one of our representative use case in the warehouse logistic case. We are partnership with Demo on this package sorting process. This is a specialized automation equipment that will route each package into a user order box. But it still these days require a human labor to put each of these packages onto the belt. These packages comes in all kinds of shape, all kinds of arrangement, colors and textures. It's very flexible and that requires a super level generalization. We fine-tuned our Go1 VLA models in this case, post-trained with extensive amount of specialized domain data. And right now, our bi-manual robot G1 can do this job very effectively. So every 5 or 6 seconds, you can use its 2 dexterous hands and place the package successfully onto the belt.
So it's going to be much and much smarter with all this kind of, practice, right?
It's going to be smarter and smarter, and with more and more specialized use cases deployed in the wild. So we will keep getting back more useful and realistic data.
Yeah.
So with such kind of data, we can keep increasing the capability of our model and the system. So eventually we think it will be a very capable generalist.
Final question. What is the positioning of your company at the global market? You think it will be the high end or you want to be actually more accessible for most of the consumers?
Right now, I think we are still focusing on the business market. It's not like a consumer market. So we want to focus on the manufacturing side first because those are the structured environments with low uncertainty.
Right.
You know what a robot is supposed to do. You know your environments pretty well, and there's less like a human and machine interaction to lower the safety concerns. And eventually, I think you will gradually go to like a semi-structured environments such as service and groceries. Finally, to the most open-ended environments such as our home.
Yeah. I have to add one more question because you have the background of studying and also working in the United States. What do you think are the competitive advantage of both sides in this sector, embodied AI and also robotics? Yeah.
So I used to study and work in the US for 13 years, and I came back in early 2022. When I first returned to China, I worked on the autonomous driving industry for some EV companies. So as I can tell, this embodied AI is a very intensive race between China and the US. And China definitely has its own competitive edge, which is our complete and very professional supply chain,
right,
and our manufacturing and the talent pool. The talent pool is not only like AI developer researchers, but as well as our well-trained workers,
right,
in our supply chain and the manufacturing system,
right?
And also, as a manufacturing big country, we have so many use cases, so many scenarios that we can potentially deploy the robot. So this is very good. And for US, I think they're still a leading country in innovation, in language model, in like algorithms, and they also have a very good talent pool. And also, I think because as a developed country, their labor cost is pretty high, so they have maybe a stronger motivation to use robots and technologies to meet that gap. Yeah.
So market is more defined and clear there.
Yeah, the return of investor is easier to justify in those markets. Yeah.
Thanks a lot for your insight. I think
you're welcome.
We learned a lot about AGI robot. If you want to know more about AGI bot and also more Chinese robotic going global, don't forget to follow us. See you next time. Bye.